Welcome to the Suck Zone. This is the Cinema Asylum podcast.
This is the day we've been long waiting for.
Yes.
The day you guys have probably been dreading.
Yes, today or tonight, it's the Twisters review.
Yeah, so I'm Matthew, one of the super and sci-fi experts.
One of the Twister experts.
Yes.
Yes.
I am the Twister expert. What are you talking about?
I'm Garrett. I'm the Indian drama expert.
And I am John Thompson. I am the action and animation expert who also loves disaster movies.
Yeah. This movie was quite a disaster.
On the screen, you've seen disasters, yes. So before we get to the actual review, of course, it is the. I don't know why they call it a reboot. It's a sequel. I'm calling it a sequel.
It's a standalone
It
sequel.
barely
Standalone
has
sequel.
any, but it barely has any real connection with the original.
Gotcha.
Aside from a few
Callback lines.
callbacks, but that's
And
it.
There
Really.
was one scene that I'll actually get into that I didn't pick up on, but someone else did that I know. So obviously this is a review for a brand new movie. There will be spoilers.
Yes, of course.
So-
So yeah, this is the standalone sequel to the 1996 box office hit Twister, starring Bill Paxton, Helen Hunt, and the rest of the cast in the original 90s film. This is
Also,
pretty. This
Carrie
is
Elves.
Yep.
I don't know how to pronounce
Carrie Elwes.
it. Elvis.
yep, and the
Philip
director
Seymour
of
Hoffman.
and the director of Speed
Jan
that
de
did this
Bont.
movie.
Yep.
And 28 years later, here we are. We're getting a sequel to Twister, which I'm not going to lie to you, I was skeptical, very skeptical.
I was
But this
too at
is
first.
directed by the director's name is Lee Isaac Chung.
He did Minari.
Yeah, which I thought was awesome.
I've never seen it.
Great movie.
Yeah.
So I think this is his second film, and interesting jump from this really small, indie film to Twister. So,
Yeah, to a movie
$200
that
million
cost
budget.
Yeah,
Yeah.
$200 million budget. So I think it's all fair that we can definitely say we should let Matthew go first since Twister is
Yeah.
one of his favorite movies. So, what did you think of Twisters?
Well, for one, I'll start with the cast. I really like Daisy Edgar Jones and Glenn Powell.
Me too.
I haven't really been I like him, but I haven't been the biggest Glenn Powell supporter until this movie.
Of course I loved him in Top Gun Maverick, but
I've
early
not watched Hitman yet.
Hitman. Okay, watch Hitman.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
It's on my list, yeah.
It will change your whole outlook on that.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of range he has in Hitman, especially, the man just oozes charm. The man has movie star energy, to the
Yeah.
max.
He is definite A-list next 5 years. 10
Yeah,
years.
I
Absolutely.
can definitely see it. And with how well the movie did financially,
This is a good step in the right direction.
yeah, another step in movie star trajectory for Glenn Powell.
Yes. He did excellent. I'll start before I get into the meaty stuff. I'll get with some of the callbacks to the original. We got a single Star Wars quote. In the original, it was, "That's no moon, it's a space station."
Right.
This time it's, "Look at the size of that thing." And then there's, of course, in the original, there's a part where they're to Bill Paxton, they're like, "Glad you're back," and he's like, "I'm not back." There's a part where Daisy Edgar Jones calls back to that. She's like, "I'm not back."
I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
Now,
And-
I don't think this is that much of a spoiler. I mean, Dorothy is in the movie.
Yeah, Dorothy 5,
Dor-
which they used 4 in the first movie.
Now, yeah, so it has the almost exact look
It
of
is the
Dorothy.
same look, yes.
So how did this is in the opening scene,
Yeah.
but where did they get that? though?
Apparently, Helen Hunt is still active in this movie.
Okay.
The original script, she was originally going to be Daisy Edgar Jones' mother.
I see.
And they
I
rewrote
see.
Oh,
that. So
interesting.
Now she's just another storm chaser that Daisy
Okay.
idolizes.
Okay.
I think it's very possible we will get a third film now with how well this is doing,
Yeah.
and I believe they will meet.
Mhm.
But,
I think that too.
but yeah, I went with my two best friends, Robbie and Anna, and Robbie actually picked up on this. In Daisy's bedroom, when they go to her mother's house,
Mm-hmm.
there is a photograph on her dresser of the original cast.
So she has to be a relative, like
or something. Yeah.
yeah.
It was originally going to be the mother, like I said.
Mhm.
So.
I did not catch that.
Yeah, I did not catch that either.
Wow.
Robbie caught
Interesting.
The Maura Tierney plays the mother
Yeah.
in this film. I mean, she could be probably not sister, maybe a cousin or
Right.
something. I'm not sure.
That's what I'm guessing. Like maybe it's like her aunt or something.
Yeah.
The mother.
I hope they don't do that bullshit like they did in Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, where it's like the best friend of John Hammond, and it's James Cromwell in that
Yeah.
film is like, so it's like that's stupid. So I hope they don't pull some like retcon shit like
Right. Yeah.
Joe and Twister had a sister they never show. So
Right.
like I hope they don't do that shit. But like
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it could be a cousin or something.
yeah.
But yeah.
Or maybe just a friend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Family
I
friend.
could see like they were like best friends growing up or something.
Sure.
Okay. Now to the good stuff. There are spoilers from this point on. I really enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed this too.
Yeah.
I said in the main episode this week, I like Twister. I don't have the love for it that these two do. I think it's a fun movie. I just don't think it's like a classic, at least not in my eyes. I personally enjoyed this more than Twister.
Yeah.
So, like, overall, I felt more of an emotional connection to the characters in this one more than the original. In the original, I felt like they had chemistry, Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt and the rest of the crew, but I never really felt like that connected with them on like an emotional
Yes.
level. This film helped like improve that very much so. Like from the opening scene, I felt connected with Daisy Edgar Jones's character. In the film, I felt more of the chemistry between. And I've actually seen quite a bit of criticism of the chemistry between Powell and Jones. Like, I thought they had great chemistry
They did.
together. Like, I like, of course, they do that thing where it's like they don't really like each other that much because Glenn Powell's character in this film is kind of like the douchey bad boy, like storm chaser in this because he's got like a whole crew of YouTuber storm chasers who do a bunch of crazy stuff around the tornadoes. But no, I feel like, and they do that thing where they warm up to each other more and more throughout the movie. And it's not really romantic chemistry that they have, but like they're good, friendly chemistry. Like you can buy them that they're becoming best friends throughout the movie.
I could see romance later. Like.
And I just want to throw this out there, and I just saw this clip before I got here. They did cut a kiss scene.
That's what I thought towards the end.
So and they were, but the producers, I think Spielberg, cut the kiss out.
Okay.
So I've heard a lot of people complain about it, but like
Yeah.
personally, I didn't really need it to be full on romance. Like
Right.
I think,
If
like-
it grows to it, fine.
yeah.
But yeah, I would say with the original cast, there's great chemistry between them, but there's not exactly connectivity with the audience.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like they bounce off each other really well
Mhm.
in terms
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
roasting each other or whatever else. There's a lot of good comedy.
And honestly, I've on the recent rewatch of the original, I really do feel like the whole what's her name, the fiance, what's her name?
Melissa.
I honestly feel like if you cut her out of the original, not much would change because she literally just leaves the movie.
Yeah.
And it's really is she really that important? Like other than like
Being a
she's like the
reproductive therapist.
she's the newcomer and she has the cow line. It's like I don't know. Like
I gotta go, Julia. We got cows.
yeah. I really do feel like the divorce plot of that, like you said, like you brought up in the main episode.
Yeah, I
like,
did. Yeah.
I honestly do feel like that whole divorce plot line can be kind of removed. Like you can make them like Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt, like a couple who's on their way to maybe getting divorced, like a struggling couple who grow closer. I don't feel like
yeah.
There
was just no need of that, honestly. Even though I gave it 5 stars
this movie
for it.
I feel like doesn't have like any real like contrived like plot lines like
No,
that in
there's
this
not.
one, and I feel like that does help. I feel like that does help this one a lot more.
It helps the originality.
Yeah. Now this film does have a lot of like very similar structure with the original. There's a lot of scenes where it cuts back to like the weather service office where they're like looking at radars and stuff of like all the tornadoes coming.
Instead of driving, we get a movie theater
Yep.
this time.
Well, and also a rodeo.
Yes.
That's where I
love the rodeo
that-
shot.
I thought
the
that
rodeo
was- I thought
shot
that
was
was very well done.
The
fantastic.
rodeo scene was the best.
a
scene
lot
I saw.
a lot of really cool one take shots.
Yes.
I did really like the climax revolves around that movie theater part. I really like the line that Anthony Ramos gives where they look out and see the F5 coming. It's like this building wasn't meant to sustain something like this. I'm like, I feel that would have been a great like promotional like tag like
Yes.
line to put like to see this in the theater. It was like this theater wasn't meant to sustain this.
Yes.
It's like I think that would have been I thought that was a really fun
That would
line.
have been a great tagline. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think all the effects of the tornadoes look great. They look
were top-notch,
state
yeah.
of the art. And rewatching Twister, I brought this up and I sent this message last week. I was like, how many times do the tornadoes fucking roar? Like literally roar, like make roaring sound effects. I don't think they really roar in this one.
No,
I did not catch
they
that
toned down
at all.
the roaring in
It's-
this one.
It's almost more like a deeper like grudge sound, like a.
I mean, but tornadoes make that, though,
Yeah.
like to some extent. So
Yeah,
you
it
know.
doesn't sound like a lion typically.
yeah. No, it reminded me of in Jaws: The Revenge when they make they
still
make the
have not seen that.
shark roar like a goddamn lion.
Oh, Jesus.
No, it's
still need to
ridiculous.
see that.
It's ridiculous. But no, yeah, yeah. I think all the tornado scenes in this were done really well.
Yes.
I really like the opening scene.
Yes.
Um.
It set like the mood at first, like
Yeah,
this is a
yeah.
serious movie.
Mhm.
Because the original isn't really that serious.
I mean, I do really like the opening scene of the original Twister. Like
Yeah.
it really does build up like the fear of a tornado. You know,
This one I feel is scarier.
I wouldn't say scarier, but
well,
like
you know it's more intense. Like
yeah,
it really shows
I
the
mean,
destruction
it
more.
feels more grounded.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah.
So yeah, you buy it more.
Especially like the destruction and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It. I could have used maybe a couple more scenes like the house. I think we're going in, like
Yeah.
something like that. Like maybe driving through a house or
Yeah.
something like that.
Classic.
maybe I could have. I think it does go a little bit more CG heavy than I would like. But one thing I did notice when I saw this in the theater, I definitely noticed because this is shot on film for the
Yes.
most part, but you can definitely tell in some of the first act, like some of the shots where it's like from like the car, like someone holding a camera in a car perspective, you can definitely tell like they actually did film like legitimate like maybe they didn't film actual tornadoes, but like they filmed like skies that look like it's about to spew a tornado.
Yeah.
Like it definitely sold like the more grounded feel, and they definitely you definitely can feel like they wanted to be as authentic as possible.
Yes.
With all those scenes.
The scene hiding in the swimming pool was really intense.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The one take that shot is done in one take, and I
Yeah,
thought
that's what I
thought that was done really
Oh,
well.
nice.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I really enjoyed that part. Yeah, the cast is definitely more. You could connect more to this cast than
Mhm.
the original.
Yeah, and do you think this is a good moment to jump into spoilers and
Well,
before
we've
that?
a little bit talking about spoilers already, but yeah, I've already said spoilers. But,
Yeah.
I would just say, like for me, it's on par with the first movie. I like them both for different reasons.
Mhm.
Like I'd still say this is as good as the first one.
And I do like because I mean, in the first film, they're just trying to scan a tornado, like with Dorothy, and
And that was
like
the start of this one. Before
yeah,
they
yeah.
changed
So
it.
they already have that, and I like that in this one they're actually trying to literally kill tornadoes.
Yes.
Which I mean, the science. I mean, it's a movie, so you probably very questionable. Like,
yes.
like destroying like the moisture in
Yeah.
a tornado. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't work exactly, but
I'll do some research on it and see what I can come up
I
with.
mean, I'd say it's probably on par of like the science in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, probably.
So
Where it's possible, but it's not likely.
maybe
Gotcha.
a little scientifically based, but
Yeah.
not possible. I'd say.
I don't know. Those idiots are still trying to make dinosaurs.
I don't know. But
There's
yeah,
literally 6 movies. Why that's a bad idea? They're still trying to do it.
true.
And there's going to be a 7th Jurassic World movie,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I hope that helps.
So what do you got, John?
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. When I first heard they were making a sequel to Twister, I got that Top Gun Maverick feeling again, as if, really? We're making a
Yeah.
sequel to this movie? I know you were more skeptical than I was because you love the original so much.
The original is top 5 for me.
Right. and honestly, I didn't grow up watching the original Twister because I didn't watch it until I was an adult. So I only watched it twice. And I watched it again last week in preparation for the new one. So I thought to myself that the Twister, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fun and outrageous, but yeah, the divorce thing, I was just like, But I still gave it 5 stars for what it was. So, and then I saw the Super Bowl spot, and I still didn't know what to think of it. Because I was because I was thinking to myself, I know some people were excited, but I wasn't sure. I was very
I
skeptical.
mean, it could have gone either way.
The
Right.
second trailer got me a lot more than the first one did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not care for the first trailer. I didn't know what to think.
Okay.
We
yeah.
got twins.
Yeah. Yeah. So I came in the theater, but after watching the original Twister, I thought to myself, okay, now I'm actually a little bit more excited. So the best thing that this movie can do is surprise me.
And yeah, like I've said, I'm not the biggest Twister fan, so like I wasn't like I didn't have like huge expectations going into this.
Right. Exactly.
And,
yeah.
You know, but I haven't really seen many disaster movies, especially in theaters,
Right.
in quite a while.
Right. I
So,
seen
like,
I seen a few disaster movies in theaters.
The
but
last
well-
one was probably Greenland that was out in theaters.
True. I didn't see that in theaters.
I
though.
didn't either. That's a great movie,
But
though.
that was a really good movie, though.
Yeah.
I liked that a lot.
But going into seeing Twisters, the best thing you could do, it was to surprise me, and wow, it really surprised me. I loved it so much. This is gonna go on my list of the best films of the year. Like seriously,
It's
this
not
film.
for me, but
Well, for me, it did. It did for me. It really surprised me.
There's going to be an upset when you guys see my list at the end of the year.
I'm well,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it will be, but that's for like a few more months or something like that. But yeah, the storytelling so much better than the first one.
yeah, despite being like a big Hollywood blockbuster like this, I think the director still managed to give it enough of that his own like the feel of like the grounded feel that he brought with Minari. I mean, you can definitely tell it. Someone who came from like that kind of background, doing a movie like this.
Yeah.
You know.
But I thought the storytelling was fantastic. I loved the way it was written throughout the entire movie. Very serious at times. There were some few good comedy moments that was in the movie. For me, I didn't think it took it way too seriously. That's what I appreciate about the movie is do a serious tone for the sequel. So you can actually try to make it as close as the original, which I personally thought they did better than the original. Which I'm going to say is now, I love it more than the first movie. Which, again, I never thought I'd say because when it comes to on-the-way sequels, it doesn't usually do well.
Top Gun Maverick was the movie. I was like, maybe it's. I don't really think it's ever like too late for a sequel.
Yeah.
Blade Runner.
Yeah, true.
I prefer 2049 and Maverick over the original.
And that's why I feel like it's a little weird for people to be like, it's a little too late for Beetlejuice. I was like, I don't think so.
Well, we'll have to
Have they
see.
seen the current trend?
Yeah, Joseph Kaczynski, who directed Top Gun Maverick, wrote the story for this.
Yes.
So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Nice. But
more connected tissue than just having Glenn Powell,
yeah.
who I guess is the go-to for like legacy sequels. I
Yeah.
guess.
I thought the whole film was just spectacular. I loved the third act when the tornado was on fire. I loved that scene. That was so good.
Yep.
I loved the climax of the entire movie. And thank goodness the main character did not die because I loved her so much in this movie. And when I found out she was out of the truck, I was thinking, oh, she survived. Thank goodness.
I knew they were going to lead up to that fake out kind of thing because they would not kill her off if they thought this had the potential to make a lot of money because they would want to do a sequel.
Yeah. But she would just...
Do you think it makes more... The climax of this is a little bit more logical than... In the original, they just strap themselves to pipes inside an F5.
There is no science behind that at all.
But
these pipes go 30 feet below. It's like, I'm sure that fucking belt would just.
That is the
rip.
one scene. You know how much I love the original. That's the one scene from the original.
I mean, it's
like, nah, dog, nah.
It's a cool scene.
It's
like,
cool,
it looks
but
nice,
like,
but like it makes
logic
no
is out the window.
sense.
but man,
Logic is
I mean,
gone.
I mean, this has them literally killing tornadoes. I get that. It was like,
yeah,
I
There
mean,
seems to be a little bit more science behind it.
a little bit more.
yeah. But my goodness, I love the climax and that movie theater scene. That was so good. And
Yeah,
you're right.
good.
And you're right about the rodeo. That rodeo shot was so cool.
Very similar to that drive-in part in the original.
Yeah.
And I think one of my small issues with the film, I think it does rely too much on the structure. I mean, I think it does enough new things to it with the new direction and stuff. I do prefer it if it broke away from the structure a bit more.
Yeah.
I'd say.
That's where that's to get the next part, which is the characters. I thought the performances were just fantastic, and Gwen Powell in particular, so fun to watch. And it's usually one of those things where you can find like a character that you actually don't like. Personally, I couldn't find a character that I really didn't like. I personally thought they were all very charming.
David Cornsweet.
Yeah, he was a jerk in this.
He was basically the Carrie Elways kind of role.
Speaking of another connectivity to the original, the guy who said that they should use aluminum at the shop or whatever, that was the guy who fixed Bill Paxton's flat tire.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. But yeah, I thought the characters they were just so great. I love every single one of them in this movie. I pretty much liked all of the characters, and I was expecting Gwen Powell to be really likable, like at the end of the movie, which I was very happy that I was right on that.
Even when he's playing a dick, you still kind of love
And
him.
I love the idea of YouTube stars wanting to capture tornadoes. I
mean,
love that.
That's literally a thing on YouTube. Like,
that's true.
Like actually a real thing.
And that thing of don't try this at home,
I've
kids.
seen
I was like,
I've seen some crazy ass YouTube videos of YouTube storm chasers.
I think it would be cool to be a storm chaser, like at least for a little bit.
I've seen a really terrifying one where they get caught, where these guys get caught in a vehicle that's not really meant to go near tornadoes.
Well, I'm not getting close. I just want to like follow it and take video.
True.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be one of those idiots like that are like, "Woo, tornado!" and I'm right in front of it.
Yeah. Also, can we bring up the soundtrack of the film?
Yes.
I'm not really big into country music, but
Neither am
I like most of the songs in this.
I did too.
Ain't no love in Oklahoma. That song that they're playing when the tornado wranglers come out. I love that shit.
Yeah, I did too.
They're going absolutely nuts to Jelly Roll and the.
Yeah, true.
The special effects, man, they were phenomenal. It was fantastic. I love the tornado sequences, and I mean, they did such an amazing job. Normally, when you do visual effects, I mean, people would actually can tell it's visual effects. It looked real to me when I watched it.
If with the current technology we have, if you can't make a tornado look real compared to like 1996, you got problems, and they did a good job here.
Yeah.
I feel like the biggest problem with CGI nowadays is not that it can't be done; it's that they think if they force more money into it, it'll go faster and you don't have to rush it.
And what's great about this film is that pretty much all the locations they shot on like actual locations. It's
in
just-
Oklahoma.
Yeah, and they just
Yeah, which is
CG
great. I
tornadoes.
love that.
The entire film was filmed on location in Oklahoma, I believe,
Yeah,
except for the New York scenes.
that's my thing. Of like, I think in seeing the new Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes recently, made me realize is like it's so much easier to do CG characters in real environments
Mhm.
than it is to do real characters in CG environments.
That's true.
Like if y- like CG environments will, if you don't do it right, it will completely take you out of the
Absolutely.
experience.
Yeah.
Like it's so much easier to buy into a CG character like Thanos or the apes in the Planet of the Apes. Like it's easier to get into that than
If
it
you
is.
film on location.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
filming on location is so important.
Even,
like
I
Jesus.
mean, even if you have to like CGI the environment a little
Yeah.
bit.
Like still you can CG like elements of it. Like
Right.
in Infinity War when they're on Titan, like
Right.
most of that set is actually like real, but like the sky and stuff,
Yeah.
they had to
That's what I
use
was gonna
green
say.
screen.
Like,
But like there's still like you can still buy the location that
Right.
they're in.
Alien,
know.
they built the whole location for this new movie.
Oh my god, I saw that clip. I was like, oh my god, it looks awesome.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
like, and of
But
cour- so,
yeah, the visuals was fantastic. The directing, man, you could have picked a perfect director to do this movie. That was a great choice to be the director of
Are you gonna
Twisters.
get a Tornado Wrangler decal?
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, it was.
Oh, or you got to get that shirt too.
Yeah.
The
Oh yeah, you could. Yeah.
What was that? My first
Not my first
tornado.
rodeo.
It isn't my first. It isn't
or
my first
something.
tornado. Yeah.
No,
I
it said tornado, like
Yeah.
rodeo.
Oh, it did. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I gotta get the shirt. But yeah, I can't really. I honestly tried to find a scene that I didn't like. I don't have a nitpick for this movie.
I did. I brought up the soundtrack. I like the songs, but I think the score is kind of lacking.
The score is weaker than the original, definitely.
Oh,
I do love that Mark Mancina did the music in the original.
Yes, it was great.
It's so like upbeat and lighthearted. I think and the guy who did the music for this is Benjamin Wallfish, who I think is usually fantastic with
He
scores.
did it, Shazam.
Blade Runner
Yeah.
he's worked with a lot with Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
I think he's usually great. I think it didn't quite fit with this movie for me.
Okay.
I think it could have used. I'm not sure who would have been a better
The
substitute.
original might be an interesting take, but I feel like the original score kind of gave like John Williams Superman vibes, just like
A little
that
bit.
super upbeat.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Probably not John Williams, but
No.
like
He's yeah.
I don't know. Someone who it could have been like almost sounds like the musical Oklahoma, like when those shots, those big establishing shots in the original when they were going through.
I don't know how this
Oklahoma.
would work, but what about Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross?
I think I love those two guys. I'm not sure if that really techno, like synthy kind of thing. I'm not sure if that would have really fit the tone of
True.
this.
okay.
No, actually, they should do the Blade Runner 2099.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think I'm just saying the film score could have been better.
Yeah.
I
That was
personally.
probably the weakest element.
Yeah.
I personally like the score, and I do agree with you on the songs. That the song's pretty great. I guess the only
But it did. I do think it could have used one moment. Shine on,
Yes.
shine on.
oh yeah.
One little beat of Van Halen. in
Yeah.
there.
I mean, I guess
I was
the
probably not listening to that on the way to the theater.
I mean, I guess the only mixed aspect is that it's not really an original. I mean, it's rival versus rival, but that's the only thing that actually about the movie. But I love the whole thing.
It still stood on its
Yeah.
own in terms of originality
Right.
because it was unique enough
It-
from the
it-
original. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
I
Which-
do,
oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
I did have a criticism about like the structure. I think did kind of feel like it almost made me feel like I was watching like a almost like a soft remake of the original.
Yeah.
Not too much, and it didn't really bother me that much because like, I mean,
it was
it's
still
it's a
unique
movie.
enough from it.
It's
yeah.
tornadoes.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
can't
what?
do much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So like, I still thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, you wanted to talk about something, right?
Yeah. I'm kind of glad that Dylan's actually here because Dylan would want to hear this. There's something that irritated me after the film was actually over. It wasn't like really angry irritating, but it irritated me a little bit. It was about what happened when I was watching the film. So
Okay.
here's a little PSA when I after the rant is over. So okay, for one thing, if the movie is completely dark, you want to be very respectable around you,
Oh,
and
boy.
and you want to and you want
Oh,
to
boy.
and you just want to sit down and just enjoy the movie. There was something where I was thinking to myself, you had got to be kidding me. Why are you actually doing that? Why you're actually watching the actual movie? It wasn't texting. It wasn't even talking. Someone actually took pictures of watching.
Were they flashing it on the screen like the?
Yes.
People do that in my like whenever I go to like my theater all the time.
But here's what irritated me. It didn't happen once. It didn't happen twice. It didn't happen 3 times. It didn't happen 4 times. It happened 5 times. 5 times.
I've had times where
Like,
it
okay.
happened like 10 times
Okay.
at least.
Now, I can understand like maybe it's a kid or a kid that has disability. I would say it's okay. Kids can make mistakes. It's good to talk to your parents about this or what not to do in the movie theater. I highly freaking doubt it was a kid. I'm
No.
pretty sure an idiot adult
If you're
actually did this.
yeah,
Probably a teenager.
Like, seriously,
you're doing that
why would you take a picture of the film
with the flash on.
with the flash on 5 times? Like, I was sitting in the front row, okay? Because that was the only thing I could find. I think it was like 12 or 13 people that actually were there to watch the film, which that makes it even worse. When there's like 12 or 13 people surrounding you, and they can literally see the flash 5 times, like,
My theater was packed, and
Yeah.
most of them were pretty respectable.
It was. We had a crying baby in our screening.
Oh boy.
Like, why would you bring a newborn into a movie theater? Especially,
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care what movie it is. Like,
especially with it being a loud movie. Like, if it's not
Yeah.
an actual like kids movie.
Okay, I saw this in Dolby. It was a really great experience. My seats were literally shaking
I
in
wish
the theater.
Our
I had
theater
a-
was not loud enough.
My theater was loud, and I loved it.
yeah, but I'm just. Like, people, seriously. They're. Movie
That shit
theaters.
is
Movie
annoying.
theaters, if you're watching this, okay? If your movie theaters are watching this, you need to put up a rule that says.
They
say
they
that.
do, and they don't.
No,
care.
I mean, they need to put up a rule that says don't take pictures while you're
do.
watching the film.
If you're gonna take
Studio
pictures,
10 cinemas, they don't do that.
if-
I
if
don't
you're
think
gonna
I've
take-
seen a sign yet.
AMC doesn't do shit about that either. So like, yeah, it's like if you're gonna take pictures, don't take it with the flash on. Well, you
No! Don't take
you
pictures
don't
at
need
all.
the flash on. The screen is illuminated. Like Jesus Christ.
Or the only way I would say it's okay to take pictures during a movie is if you're taking a selfie before the movie starts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you could just take the picture of a movie screen before the film even started.
Yeah,
But,
like the title screen with no flash.
yeah, with no flash. But don't take pictures while you're watching the movie.
I mean, it's
Don't do that.
I mean, it's really hard not to. It's really hard to stop like people recording the movie and shit for
I
like
know.
piracy, but like
Yeah, but
Jesus.
I was just like I
You're not even trying to be
I just don't understand. You know, I thought that people were going to be respectable. I
No.
thought that everything was going to be fine.
Yeah, really.
I mean, I was thinking, oh, it's going to be fine. You know, I'm going to take the front seat. No one is going to do something this stupid. But honestly, this has got to be worse than texting. Seriously, this is worse than texting while you're watching a film. Is it worse than talking while at the movie theater? No, probably
Talking
not.
for me is the
Probably not.
worst.
But
like I literally
but-
can't even listen.
But taking
What?
pictures, flashing while you're watching a film, and you do it more than once, you do it 5 times, like,
Yeah.
Talking
I
is
just
talking
oh,
is the worst for me.
it's-
Like
it's-
I can't even pay attention to the story.
Because you're hearing the
Yeah.
thought. Yeah,
Yeah.
There was a crying baby. And they, for a while there, they didn't even take the baby out. They just kind of tried to shush it. Just kept going,
Mhm.
shh, shh. And the
No,
baby
I've
kept crying.
I have had so many newborn babies in movies. It drives me nuts.
but it's
I
just,
can understand taking it to like Paw Patrol or something like
Sure.
anything that's
Yeah.
not made for kids.
Yeah.
Don't take your little kid.
Yeah.
yeah.
Now my parents, didn't really do that with me. I mean, I think my first move, I was taken to my first movie at 1 year old.
Yeah.
It was Dinosaur, the Disney
Yeah, that's
CG.
different.
Oh, yeah.
But-
Made for kids.
But I do remember seeing, when I was 3. That was actually 2 when this came. I vividly remember seeing the first Spider-Man in 2002. But as far according to them, I did not make a sound.
Right.
It's like I guess my sister though. They took her when she was really little too to movies, and she didn't do so great. They took her to Bug's Life, and she didn't do so great in there. So,
Yeah.
I love a
some
Bug's Life,
babies are fairly easy, like or fairly quiet, but others probably not so much. So,
If the baby cries, don't bring him back.
Yeah.
if your baby is notoriously bad with noise, like
Yes.
don't do it.
Yeah. But now I'm gonna get the PSA. People, if you're going to a movie, don't turn your flasher on. And don't take pictures during the film.
At least
Don't do that.
not at least not 10 times. Like, why are you taking so many pictures?
I
Is
just
it for
don't get it.
Snapchat or
I
some
was,
shit?
I was shocked. Like I could not believe someone would actually do that.
I wouldn't be shocked. It just doesn't surprise me. Nothing does.
That has never happened to me before, though. Like
is
it's
Glenn
just.
Powell so hot for you ladies?
That's probably what it was,
No.
honestly.
I did get a couple reactions. That scene when Glenn Powell's in the white shirt and it's raining, he's got the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
I did get some ladies going
Yeah.
Yeah.
reacting.
But,
Powell is the next Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
True.
But for the love of God, please respect around other people when you go see a film. That's literally all I'm asking. First talking at concert films, now this. This is ridiculous.
you do not want Dylan yelling at you again.
Oh no. I was hoping he'd be part of this like in person, but he said he never seen Twisters. But I was glad that he actually got to hear it. He's in the pack, guys, hearing this whole thing.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, back to the episode, though.
Yes, please.
I don't really have too much else to add.
Yeah, but besides that stupid thing, it didn't ruin the experience for me. It was still an amazing film. I can't wait to watch it again when it comes out on Blu-ray. I want to see it again in theaters.
Yeah.
I love it. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I'm seeing it at the drive-in on Saturday night.
Oh, nice.
Be careful. Hopefully, The Shining's not playing on the
Yeah.
other screen.
And I hope there's not actual tornadoes while you're watching the
That's
film.
what he was talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
They're doing a double feature of Twisters and Deadpool.
Nice.
I thought maybe I mistook this. It's like I thought that one of the theater chains were gonna do a double feature of the original and this one. Maybe
It's not ours.
Oh,
I
okay.
asked them about it. Yeah, I'll be at the Skyline Theater.
It's one of my favorite shots in the original Twister is when the
It comes
the
from behind
tornado's
screen.
going over the screen and you can see Jack Nicholson's like, "Here's Twisty."
Yep.
yeah.
No, I stole that joke from Nostalgia Critic's review of Twister.
Yeah.
I do want to get to one more thing. Matthew and I, we actually talked about this in Shark Week. I want to get your thoughts, Garrett, and see what you think of it. I personally think, like, since Walter Way sequels can now work with Top Gun and also with Twister, amazingly,
Halloween did this.
yeah,
Sure. Yeah.
I personally think that if they did a sequel to Jaws, forget 2, 3, and 4.
I mean, you can't
Like,
really do
what-
it with any.
Well,
any of the
this is
cast,
what I
though.
was thinking as a premise. The character, which again, I don't know if the actor is still here or not. The original character who played the police officer of the original Jaws.
Roy Scheider.
Roy Scheider.
I think he's dead.
Okay, but
The only surviving member of that cast is Richard Dreyfuss, and he's very old.
okay, I would say have the older actor, like a very familiar actor, play the same character, like he's retiring.
Don't remake Jaws. Just please don't
No.
You
remake
want like a
Jaws.
Logan type thing going on.
Yeah, that's what I really think that could work, and they can bring back Steven Spielberg, and they can say this is a film that can be as close as the original Jaws.
Like,
I personally
I
think that could
don't-
work.
I don't really want that, to be
Yeah.
honest. And some movies, something like that will work better than others. Jaws, I don't think
Halloween
will work.
worked.
Halloween
2018.
worked.
Yeah.
Top Gun absolutely worked.
Blade Runner.
I think Beetlejuice will work.
Yeah.
I think Gladiator 2, like the trailer I saw, I'm
still have not seen the
I'm
original
liking
Gladiator,
it so far.
so
We'll see what happens with
Yeah.
I've still not
Gladiator
seen the
2.
original.
so you don't think that doing a sequel to Jaws,
do not think
that
so.
2, 3, and 4 that doesn't exist, you don't think that
I
would
do
work?
not think so.
Even if Steven Spielberg was a director?
No,
No.
I do not. I don't.
It's worth a
I do-
shot.
I do
It's
not
worth a
think.
shot.
I don't think Spielberg would want to do it.
Well, he has avoided doing sequels, except for Indiana Jones movies, which he did good on
and
that.
He did Lost World.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which I
he's
thought
done a
was
couple.
underrated, actually. I like him. I actually like Lost World. Jurassic
So
Park.
overall, 1 to 5. What do you guys?
In terms of score, like I usually do 5 or I usually do 10 out of 10 or something like that.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I gave it a full 10. It was fantastic. It really surprised me. Like it's been years of surprises, and I love being surprised by certain films. It was fantastic. It
Yeah.
shows that long-away sequels can actually work. So I loved it.
Yeah. I'll probably be lowest of here, but I still really enjoyed the film, and I'm really glad I saw this in the theater. And I'm gonna give 3.5 out of 5.
Nah, that's what I figured. I figured you were
Yeah.
getting a 3.5 or a 4. It's perfect. Yeah.
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 And
I'm scared of tornadoes, but like these are some of my favorite movies, so I don't.
What's another tornado movie you like?
Into the Storm.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
There's one
I wasn't a fan of Into the Storm.
There's
but
one I really want to see. It's called 77 Minutes. But I guess it really gives like the hardcore like thriller like destruction feel like.
and that's about tornadoes.
Yeah, it's like an indie film.
Oh, okay.
And it's about like the destruction it causes, like trying to clear out before the storm hits.
So about the aftermath.
Well, no, it's about like I think it's like on the way, and they have and then a little bit about the aftermath. But it's like the storm rips through in like the middle of the movie, and
Right. And one more thing, one scene I really liked, somewhat similar to one of the scenes in the original, is when they're helping out the survivors of the
Yes.
tornado in this movie, and yeah, they're helping people out, and I like that scene a lot. And
Me too.
that's where Daisy Edgar Jones and Glenn Powell get into that argument. Is like, are you guys really trying to help here, or are you doing this? Are you doing this because you mean it, or because you're just doing this for clout, or something like that?
yeah, they actually see. She's like, "You're selling T-shirts, really?"
Yeah.
And it turns out they sell the T-shirts to give like food and stuff away, and actually help people.
Yeah, and that's where Daisy Edgar Jones kind of like softens up on Glenn Powell's character.
Realizing he's not like as much
Yeah,
of a jerk as she
yeah.
thought.
Mm-hmm.
in terms of
A good scene, really good scene.
Yeah. In terms of disaster movies, that's like my favorite. I would probably have to say The Day After Tomorrow. I think it's very underrated.
And
I love that movie.
We're gonna do an episode on disaster movies. I'd say this is in the top like 25%.
It's definitely one of the best I've seen recently.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's top 25%.
Better than, what was better than Moonfall?
Oh, jeez.
Which, have you watched it yet?
No.
Good. Because we got to at least do a live stream of Moonfall. Because
we have to live stream everybody watching.
Oh,
it.
man.
absolutely, I rewatched it twice, and I laughed so hard when I watched
Better.
that
It's
film.
definitely better. Like in terms of like 96 blockbuster sequels. Better than. It's a little bit better than Independence Day 2. No, the leap. Like this movie, Twisters, is The Godfather compared to fucking Independence Day 2. Like Jesus.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But there you go.
It-
That's our review of Twisters.
Yeah.
We hope you
And
Go
guys enjoyed
go check
this.
it out.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, go check it out.
This is a movie you want to
this-
see at the theater.
The
Absolutely.
Suck Zone.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell us your feedback. What do you guys think of the episode? And also, tell us in the comments below, what is your favorite disaster movie? We would
Yeah.
love to hear your thoughts on that as well.
What are your guys? I know what yours is.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Can
And
you say Day After Tomorrow?
yeah, yeah.
I would say mine is. So, I'm trying to think. Remember,
The stank face.
I can't think right now. Yeah.
We'll do an episode on it later.
We'll
Yeah.
get to that when we get to
Yeah,
it.
yeah, we'll definitely talk about more disaster movies pretty soon. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Join us next week when we'll talk about Deadpool and Wolverine as our next movie review, which I cannot wait to talk about it.
And then we
Yep.
have Borderlands and Aliens soon after that.
Oh,
Yes.
boy, Borderlands.
And Trap. I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
wait.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited
I'm
for
actually
Trap.
looking forward to talking to Trap, which I haven't seen all the M. Night Shyamalan movies, which I'm not planning on doing that at all.
Gotta do a Shyamalan episode.
Yep.
Well,
you gotta
you-
watch Sixth Sense and Signs.
Like I said, I will not have the time to watch all of it. I mean,
No, not then.
I refuse to watch all of
And you
it.
gotta do the Unbreakable trilogy too.
Yes.
The
Which is about-
Unbreakable movies
which is
that
about
I'm interested in watching. Yes.
Just watch Sixth Sense and
About
Signs.
superheroes. So.
Yeah. So,
You gotta watch Sixth Sense and Signs.
Watch Lady in the Water.
like I said, I'll
Watch The Last Airbender.
I won't watch all of the.
So underrated.
I will not watch all of the M. Night Shyamalan movies. Just want to give you guys the heads up on that. So I will try and watch at least a few of them, but not all of
Yeah.
them.
Sixth
So
Sense and Signs you have to watch.
okay.
And yeah,
In the Unbreakable trilogy.
did you like The Visit?
Not really.
I'm not sure. Maybe it's hard to tell.
I give it, I
Um,
think, a 3 out of 5.
Did you watch Knock at the Cabin?
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's we got some big movies we're gonna be talking about, and we're looking forward to talk about next in our podcast. So there you go.
Food. See you guys.
See you guys. God
See you
bless.
guys.
We have been the Cinema Asylum Podcast. You guys were awesome. Thanks for coming out. Good night.